Trapped in the shower by 3 alluring alien women. Unexpected discovery. Marcus Chen adjusted his research bag as he stepped aboard the Celestial Dream, the most luxurious research vessel in the Andromeda fleet. His assignment was straightforward: study the rare flora in the ship's acclaimed botanical spa. What he hadn't expected was to find the facility occupied at this late hour. Steam rolled through the ornate doorway as he entered, the air thick with the scent of alien jasmine and something else, something intoxicating he couldn't quite place. Through the mist, he saw them. 3 figures moved gracefully through the cascading water features, their silhouettes both familiar and utterly foreign. "You must be Dr. Chen," a melodious voice called out. The tallest figure stepped forward, water droplets glistening on her azure-tinted skin. "I'm Serena. We've been expecting you." Marcus froze, unsure whether to retreat or explain his presence. Before he could decide, another woman emerged from behind a curtain of flowering vines. Her amber eyes sparkled with mischief. "Don't look so startled. The botanical spa is meant to be shared, isn't it, Melora?" The third woman, Melora, laughed softly, her silver hair catching the bioluminescent light. "Indeed, Zephine. Though I suspect the good doctor didn't expect such interesting company for his research." "I apologize for intruding," Marcus began, but Serena raised a delicate hand. "Intrusion implies unwelcome presence. You're neither." She moved closer, and Marcus caught that mysterious scent again, stronger now, making his pulse quicken. "We know about your work with xenobotany, the way certain flora can affect perception, emotion, connection." Zephine circled around him, her movements fluid and hypnotic. "The plants here are quite special. They respond to intention, to desire. Haven't you noticed how the air itself seems alive?" Marcus had noticed. The atmosphere felt charged, electric. The rational part of his mind catalogued the botanical specimens around them, Venusian orchids, Martian water lilies, but another part was acutely aware of how the 3 women had positioned themselves, creating an intimate triangle with him at the center. "Perhaps," Melora suggested, her voice like silk, "you could conduct your research with us here. We have insights about these plants you won't find in any database." The spa's doors sealed with a soft hiss, standard atmospheric control, Marcus told himself, though the timing felt deliberate. The women exchanged knowing glances, their smiles promising secrets that went far beyond botanical science. The velvet trap. The sealed doors created an intimate cocoon of warmth and fragrant mist. Marcus set his research equipment on a carved stone bench, trying to maintain professional composure despite the surreal situation. Serena glided toward a pool where exotic water flowers bloomed in impossible colors, their petals shifting from deep purple to electric blue. "These are Etherian lotus," she explained, trailing her fingers through the water. "They only bloom in the presence of heightened emotions. Look how they respond to you." Marcus watched, mesmerized, as the flowers turned toward him, their petals opening wider, releasing a sweet perfume that made his skin tingle. "That's scientifically fascinating. The biochemical triggers must be—" "Science can wait," Zephine interrupted playfully, settling onto a cushioned alcove near the thermal springs. "Tell us about yourself, Marcus. What drives a man to study the chemistry of attraction across species?" He found himself drawn into their orbit, accepting a crystal glass of shimmering liquid that Melora offered. "My research focuses on understanding how different species form connections. The universal languages of chemistry and emotion." "How wonderfully romantic," Melora mused, her silver hair now adorned with tiny bioluminescent flowers she'd woven while they talked. "You seek the science behind what makes hearts race and souls yearn." Serena moved behind him, her presence warm against his back though she didn't quite touch him. "We've read your papers. Your theory about pheromonal harmonics creating empathic bridges between species. We found it personally relevant." "You see," Zephine added, stretching languidly, "we're not entirely what we seem. Our species, we're empaths by nature. We feel what others feel, amplified and reflected." The revelation should have triggered his scientific curiosity, but Marcus found himself more interested in the way Zephine's eyes seemed to hold galaxies, how Melora's laugh resonated in his chest, how Serena's proximity made every nerve ending aware. "Is that why the atmosphere feels so charged?" he asked, his voice rougher than intended. "Partially," Serena admitted, finally allowing her hand to rest lightly on his shoulder. The touch sent warmth cascading through him. "But also because genuine attraction needs no enhancement. The plants here, they merely reveal what already exists." The lotus flowers around them bloomed fuller, their glow intensifying, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Marcus realized he'd moved closer to them without conscious thought, drawn by something far more powerful than scientific interest. Whispered confessions. The night deepened outside the spa's windows, stars wheeling slowly past as the ship continued its journey. Marcus had long abandoned any pretense of research, instead finding himself seated between the three women near a shallow pool where phosphorescent algae created swirling patterns of light. "I wasn't always a researcher on luxury vessels," Serena confided, her usual confidence softening into vulnerability. "I was a refugee from the Centauri conflicts. Science became my escape, my way of understanding a universe that had shown me chaos." Her honesty pierced through Marcus's defenses. He found his hand seeking hers beneath the warm water, their fingers intertwining naturally. "I understand that. After losing my family in the Mars colony failure, I threw myself into understanding life rather than just living it." Melora shifted closer, her empathic abilities clearly sensing his old pain. "Yet here you are, living quite vividly tonight." Her touch was gentle on his other hand, creating a circuit of connection between them all. "My story's lighter," Zephine offered, though her amber eyes held depths. "I'm here because I believe joy is rebellion against a universe that tries to make us small. Every moment of genuine connection is a victory." She moved through the water toward them, creating ripples that caught the bioluminescent light. "And this moment, Marcus, feels particularly victorious." The confession space they'd created felt sacred, separate from the outside world. Marcus found himself sharing things he'd never told anyone, his fear of truly connecting after so much loss, his loneliness among the stars, his unexpected joy at finding them here. "You're trembling," Serena observed, her azure fingers tracing the tension in his shoulders with surprising tenderness. "I'm overwhelmed," he admitted. "Not by your empathic abilities, but by this. You. All of you." Melora leaned her head against his shoulder, silver hair spilling like starlight across his chest. "We feel it too. Your emotions are like a symphony we've been waiting to hear." Zephine completed their circle, her hands joining the others in the water. "The question is, Marcus, what melody do we create together?" The flowers around them pulsed in rhythm with their heartbeats, creating a garden of living light. The water itself seemed to hum with possibility as Marcus realized he stood at a threshold, not just of physical intimacy, but of emotional connection deeper than any he'd experienced. The night stretched ahead, full of promise and the sweet ache of desire recognized and reciprocated. Dance of desires. The therapeutic pools had transformed into something more intimate as bioluminescent petals floated on the water's surface, creating constellations of light. Zephine proposed her game with eyes that sparkled with mischief and something deeper. "3 questions," she said, moving through the water with hypnotic grace. "Each of us asks you one. Complete honesty, or the flowers will know, they wilt at deception." Marcus felt the weight of their attention, each woman a different gravity pulling at him. "And what do I get if I answer truthfully?" "The same from us," Serena promised, her azure skin glowing in the ethereal light. "One truth from each of us that we've never shared with another soul." Melora began, her silver eyes serious. "What do you feel when you look at each of us? Not think, feel." Marcus let the truth flow, watching the flowers bloom brighter with his honesty. "With you, Melora, I feel seen, like you understand my loneliness before I even speak it. Your gentleness makes me want to be vulnerable." He turned to Zephine. "You make me feel alive, like I've been sleeping among the stars and you're the wake-up call I needed." Finally, Serena. "And you make me feel brave enough to want things I thought I'd given up on." The flowers around them erupted in a cascade of color, their truth confirmed. Each woman moved closer, the water barely a barrier between them. "My truth," Melora whispered, her lips close to his ear. "I can feel your future emotions, not just present ones. And what I feel from you tomorrow, next week, next month, it's all warmth when you think of tonight." Serena's question came with her hand on his chest, feeling his heartbeat. "If you could stop time right now, in this moment, would you?" "No," Marcus breathed, surprising himself. "Because this is perfect precisely because it's fleeting. That's what makes it real." "My truth," Serena revealed, her forehead almost touching his. "I've been searching for someone who understands that beauty lies in transience. Every other lover wanted to capture me. You're the first who just wants to experience me." Zephine's question was the most daring. "What would you do right now if you knew we'd never meet again after tonight?" Marcus pulled all three closer, creating a tangle of limbs and racing hearts in the warm water. "Everything," he said simply. "I'd memorize every laugh, every sigh, every way the light catches in your eyes. I'd be completely present, completely yours, completely myself." "My truth," Zephine breathed against his neck, sending shivers through him, "is that we will meet again. This isn't ending, it's beginning." Dawn's resolution. The first hints of dawn painted the spa in shades of rose and gold. They'd moved to the cushioned observation deck, wrapped in silk robes, bodies intertwined in comfortable intimacy. The night had been a journey of connection, tender kisses, whispered promises, hands exploring with reverent curiosity, and moments of passion that left them all breathless and transformed. Marcus traced lazy patterns on Serena's shoulder while Melora's head rested on his chest and Zephine played with his hair. The comfortable silence held the weight of everything they'd shared, not just physical intimacy, but souls laid bare. "There's something we need to tell you," Serena finally said, her voice carrying a note of regret. "We're not just passengers. We're evaluators for the Consciousness Integration Program." Marcus stilled, but didn't pull away. Somehow, he wasn't entirely surprised. "You were testing me." "No," Melora said firmly, sitting up to look him in the eyes. "We were supposed to evaluate your capacity for interspecies emotional bonding for the program. But somewhere between that first moment and now, it became real. We became real." Zephine added, her usual playfulness replaced by sincerity. "The program wants to know if humans can truly connect with other species on deep levels, for the colony ships, for the future of integrated worlds. You've proven they can, but more importantly, you've proven to us that connection can't be measured or contained in reports." "What happens now?" Marcus asked, though he found he wasn't angry. The night had been too genuine for anger. "Now," Serena said, producing an official tablet, "we file our report. But it won't say what they expect. It will say that true connection can't be manufactured or tested. It simply happens, like it did tonight. And it will recommend you for the advanced program, where you'll work directly with interspecies couples on the colony ships. With us as your advisors," Melora added with a smile that made his heart race again. "If you'll have us." Marcus looked at each of them, these women who'd entered his life as strangers playing a role and had become something indefinable but essential. "On one condition. Next time, we start with honesty." "Next time," Zephine grinned, her mischief returning, "we'll have our own private spa on the colony ship. No pretense needed." As the sun fully rose, casting the room in brilliant light, they sealed their new arrangement with kisses that tasted of promises and possibility. The flowers around them bloomed one last time, their petals releasing seeds that would float through the ship, planting new gardens wherever they landed. Marcus had come aboard to study the chemistry of connection. He was leaving with something far more valuable, proof that love, in all its forms, transcends species, spans stars, and flourishes in the most unexpected moments. The evaluation had ended, but their real story was just beginning. The end.